Part number 1. First question. Do you work or are you a student? Actually, I'm both. I work and I study too. I work as a science teacher and I study foreign languages at Universidad del Atlántico. Second question. Why did you choose this career? I have many reasons for this question, but the main one is because I love to teach. I also like to learn about many cultures and also different languages, and I think that a teacher is able to multiply this knowledge to others, and that's important, and that is my other reason. And also I chose this career because I would like to have many friends around the world, not only for practicing languages but also to learn more about their traditions, their knowledge, different ways of thinking, and that's it. Third question. Can you describe yourself as a good student? Yes, I can. And it's because a good student needs to have a lot of characteristics. I think that the first one is to be responsible. When we are responsible, we can deliver tasks in the correct time. We also are able to develop the task in a correct way. I mean, to prepare the information, to read more about the topic, to participate a lot of in class, and also I think that a good student needs to know how to work in group, right? Because when we work in group, we are able to share ideas, to understand others' ideas too, and to express our own knowledge. So that I think that is another good characteristic of a good student. And also we need to know how to respect others, because it's not only to be there listening to a teacher or to the partner, but also to know how to respect them. Okay, so I think that they are characteristic of good students. Also, a good student needs to develop the way like autonomous work. So we need to be able to take a book on our own, start checking more information to complement what we studied at classes, and also to go to internet, explore all that. I think that makes part also of a good student. Part 2. Describe a period of time from your studies that was the most difficult for you so far. You should say when it was, why was it so hard, what you were doing at that time. So the most difficult period of time for me was in 2016 when I started to work and study at the same time. That was so hard for me because of many reasons. The first one is because I started to feel like sick. I couldn't sleep very well at night, so I woke up so tired. It was difficult because I was without energy in the mornings to work, but then I needed to work and then go to the university. So I needed to divide my time to do many things. For example, preparing classes, checking exams, receiving callings from parents, also meetings from the school, work for the university, joining with friends to prepare presentations for the classes at the university. So I think it was so hard for me. I didn't have time to share with my family or with my friends. Also, I think that it was so hard for me because of the language. I didn't have experience using my English. My English was so bad in at that time, and the students there like used to use the vocabulary so good. So at that time I was crying all the nights trying to solve the problems, but then I realized that crying is not it's not a solution for those problems. So I decided to organize my time. So I used to divide. I used to have like a notebook. In that part, I started to organize writing things, writing tasks for the work, and then writing tasks for the university, writing tasks for work in groups. And then I also decided to take some time to share with my family, with my friends, and all that. At that time, I was working at Colegio La Medalla Milagrosa, and then I needed to go to university, Universidad del Atlántico, but with all this, I learned that we needed to find a point of balance between our life. For example, in my case, I needed to find a point of balance to work, to study, and to share or to have time for my social life, like in a point of balance. That is the point. Part 3. First question: what are some essential qualities every teacher should have? So I think teachers need to have some characteristics that allows them to be models for students. One of them is to be responsible with the task. When we are responsible, we are teaching students to be responsible too. So as I always said, teachers not only need to teach knowledge but also values that allows students to grow up. Some characteristics of teachers is that they need to be punctual, they need to be hard workers, they need to be they need to love what they are doing when teaching. If they don't love to teach, they are going to demonstrate that can be perceived by students, and that is not okay. We need to love what we do so that we can develop a good class. Another characteristic of all the teachers is that they need to be patient. Why? Because all the students are not equal. All of them have different characteristics, and so we need to start understanding those different characteristics or personalities of students. Also, teachers need to know how to solve problems in the class. They need to know how to organize rules at the school or maybe in the classroom, and I think that is essential for a teacher. But the main one is to know how to work but with love. We need to express that we love what we are doing. I think that is essential for teachers. Second, what are some pros of studying on a distant learning course? There are many pros, but I think that one of the most important is that we have students have computers, cell phones. They have many devices that allows them to make bigger the knowledge they are learning in classes. For example, if they use those devices or the internet in a good way, they can learn more and more and more every time, and we can have like people growing in knowledge every second, I think. Another advantage of studying a virtual course is that we are going to avoid spending time taking a bus or taking a car, or taking any type of transport. That is good because we can use that time to do other things that are good too. For example, sports, or maybe watching some TV programs, or maybe spending time with our families or with our friends. And I think they are good reasons to have virtual learning courses. So let me check. The third one says, does everybody get equal opportunities to study in your country? So in my country, I think that is not possible. I think that issue is more related to economic and social activities in my countries, because here all depends on money. People that have a lot of money can decide the university they can study because they can use a private school that used to be expensive, while people that don't have a lot of money, they need to go to a public university, and that is difficult because of the exams that are sometimes difficult to pass. And also sometimes people that don't have a lot of money, they cannot for example, they cannot work and study at the same time because of the time. No,